All right, guys, what's going on? Hope you've had a great day. Back again to keep Summer Wells' name out there, keep the awareness out there of the story behind the Summer Wells case. But first, before I do that, I want to say a special thank you to some PayPal people here. They've done some PayPal donations to me, so I want to give them a big shout out. Alina, Jocelyn, Patricia, Kelly, oh, and Where the Wind Blows, she'd done a super thanks, so I just wanted to give you guys a shout out and say thank you very much for the support. Appreciate it. In keeping Summer's name out there and her story out there, you know, I get on here and I do videos and it's just pretty much tell you kind of what's on my mind with the case and stuff like that. So what's kind of been on my mind recently, I got to talking about the 911 call the other day and was talking about, you know, when the dispatcher was talking to the officers and the officers were talking to the dispatcher and they were given the handle 302. 302 is Ronnie Lawson's handle. Again, 302 is a Ford V8 engine. It's the 302 Boss is what Ford called it. A lot of those were in Mustangs. Ronnie Lawson's the boss. So I figured I'd drop that and let you guys kind of know that information for who all didn't know that. I was actually surprised. There's a lot of people that didn't know that when they were referring to 302 on the 911 call, they had no clue that was Ronnie Lawson. But yeah, when they were referring to 302 in the dispatch audio, that was referring to Ronnie Lawson. Let's see. Oh, and with the 911 call, guys, again, I have to go back to it and ask myself why police feel it's so important to not release what Dawn and CANDUS said on those calls. Now, I'm just assuming CANDUS called. We know Dawn called because the dispatcher said the father spoke to her, said he's at work, and he's trying to make his way home. And that the mother went on a walk or a run or something like that. You know, the word is CANDUS called too. So if CANDUS called, you know, it just, again, what is so important about not releasing that phone call that Dawn and CANDUS made to 911 dispatchers? And the other thing that I want to discuss is, I mean, when you talk about people in this case being suspicious, right? What makes them look suspicious? You know, how they act, how they talk, all that stuff. There's one thing that makes Dawn and CANDUS stand out as far as suspicion goes more than anybody else. And that's police not releasing that 911 call that they made to dispatchers. I mean, it sure makes you suspicious of Dawn and CANDUS and narrows down the list of people police are looking at. It does, don't it? It narrows down the list of people police are looking at. You know, and I keep preaching this, I really wish, and I don't know if they're at the stage where they can do it or not, but in the Idaho 4 case, you know, they did come out and they said the food truck guy is not a suspect. Jack is not a suspect. They named a couple people in the Idaho 4 case that were not suspected of the crime that happened. And even in, golly, what was his name? Caleb Harris. And Caleb Harris, they even come out and said that the Uber driver, or, you know, the person that dropped off the food, I think it was Uber Eats, they wasn't suspected of anything. The roommate wasn't suspected. Why can't, and again, I don't know if police are at that stage where they can do that or not. If they are, I wish they would, because it would, you know, I mean, it really would, guys. I mean, you all, we've talked about this before. It would really cut down a lot of the online speculation, rumors. I mean, I think it would take care of 90% of it if they came out and said, you know, we don't believe this person, and this person has anything to do with the disappearance of Summer Wells. Man, that right there would take probably 90% of the junk off of the social media platforms in the Summer Wells case. It would. I believe in my heart it would. But again, I don't know if police are at that stage to where they can do that. But back to the 911 call. If they were to release that 911 call, if they were to release what Dawn said, and if CANDUS called, if they were to release what CANDUS said, what we would be paying attention to is how Dawn acted on that 911 call. We would be paying attention to how CANDUS acted on that 911 call. We know Hunter said that she was messed up and couldn't find Summer. So, I mean, I think we'd be in shock. I'll be honest with you guys. I think that we would be in shock if we were to hear what Dawn and CANDUS said to dispatchers on that 911 call. I really do. I think we would be in shock. I think that's, again, that's the reason why they're not releasing it either. And I mean, the other thing too, guys, you know, I've had people, I guess CANDUS was recently on her YouTube channel, and they were saying, well, she's not acting like, I mean, she didn't even talk about the kids really at all. And I have to stop and think about that and go, yeah, I mean, I mean, look at the way Brandy, Michael Monkey Vaughn's mom, look at the way, I mean, she, for the longest time, probably still to this day, she would get choked up. On you know, she got on YouTube talking about, you know, Michael. I'm sure she'd get choked up. CANDUS and Dawn, no. You know, this just goes with the story, you know, of the Summer Wells case. I mean, those kids came from they come from a filthy house. They come from parents who had a drinking problem, had drug addiction. And even after the kids were removed, you know, they had the chance to make a fresh start and go, you know what, we were horrible parents. You know, we were horrible parents, and this is opening up our eyes. And yeah, we need to start over. I mean, we need to start over for us. We need to start over for our kids. They had the chance to do that. DCS/CPS probably gave Don and Candace more opportunities to make things right for themselves and for their kids. Again, they gave them more opportunities than they could ask for, more than likely. And they pissed it away. Don and Candace just pissed it away. We seen it. We got to witness Don and Candace pissing away their ability to get the kids back. So that just goes, I mean, that's part of the Summer Wells story. You know, those kids, Summer's part of that. Summer was a part of that. I'm sure if Summer was, you know, here, she didn't go missing, and she was taken along with her brother, let's say CPS, you know, for whatever reason, whatever the reason was that they decided to remove the boys, let's just say, you know, they decided to remove the boys and Summer, if Summer hadn't went missing, all this would include Summer Wells. You know, the filthy house, the neglect, the drug addiction, the drinking, you know. So that this is Summer's story. This is the background behind the Summer Wells story. This is what those kids had to endure. And really, it's not Summer's, I mean, it's 90% Summer's story. But we can't forget her brothers either. I mean, they had to endure what she did too, probably. Maybe they didn't endure certain things that Summer had to endure, which may have been a lot worse. But again, that's speculation, and we'll just leave that at speculation. I'm not going to get into that, but those kids were removed for safety reasons. And for Don and Candace to really get upset with them when they were in control of how things turned out, I call BS on that. Don and Candace have no right, period, to come at DCS for what they had control over. Multiple opportunities, guys. Multiple opportunities. Boy, you love these points I'm making, I bet, don't you guys? Anyway, that's what's on my mind today about the Summer Wells case. That's what's on my mind. I thought this would be a good message to share, to keep the story out there, let everybody know, if you're new to the case, a little bit about, you know, the background, if you're not too familiar with it. That's where them kids come from. That's where they come from. Filthy house, drug addicts, alcoholics, neglect, and on top of that, we had to witness it for months on end after those kids got taken too. We had to witness, more than likely, a little bit of what those kids had to witness. See, those kids had to witness it on a daily basis and in person. We had to witness it over the internet and not in person, and not every day. But when it did happen, it was sickening. It was just like, but then when you stop and think about it, you're like, God, those kids had to deal with this on a daily basis, where we're just dealing with it maybe once or twice a week when they were getting on YouTube, just being nasty. But anyway, guys, I hope you liked the message. Just wanted to keep the story out there, keep the awareness out there. Not going to let it go cold. I'm not going to let the story behind Summer Wells go cold. I don't know about how the investigation is going to turn out, but I will never let the story behind Summer and her brothers be forgotten. So until there's justice, right? Until there's justice. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know if you liked it, guys. I got a feeling I know you liked it. So anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Again, I hope you had a great day, and see you next video.